Welcome to the Women's Empowerment segment here on Edge Radio TV Network. I am your host, health and fitness expert Nicole Giddens, and I have my co-host here, Brooke White, entrepreneur extraordinaire and a survivor expert. And today we're talking about Brooke's favorite two subjects.
Great.
Sex and real estate.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much.
And you laid it on me right before we started.
I told Facebook too, so.
We have some special guests coming on. Megan Tompkins with Berkshire Hathaway and sex therapist Jen Reeves. But before we invite them in, I'm going to give Brooke a quiz because I like putting her on the hot seat. I really enjoyed that last week.
Yes, she did. She loves quizzing me. She loves to see if she knows the answers also, I think, because she knows me so well.
That's right. I probably can't answer this one for you.
Great.
No, but everyone has their own sex appeal. So this quiz is about how sexy are you and what kind of sexy are you?
I thought you were answering some questions too.
Well, I mean, I can chime in. But only one person can answer.
Okay, go.
It's your guy's birthday. What are you getting him? That terrible movie you watched your first date, that's kind of your inside joke. Some tasteful nudes paired with an invite to come to your place. You've got a surprise to show him. A customized mixtape of your favorite songs together paired with his favorite dessert that you bake, of course.
That's the only options? I'm going with B.
Yeah, me too. Been there, done that. It's okay to do that when you're married.
It's okay.
You're out with friends and you spot a cute guy eyeing you. You make eye contact and smile sweetly. You've always been about the subtle approach. Walk over and strike up a conversation. What's your best quality? Or wink in motion for him to come over. Your body will say the rest.
Well, this depends. I don't know. What was the first one? Wink.
Make eye contact and smile sweetly. Walk over and strike up the conversation.
No. I mean, it does depend.
Or wink and motion for him to come over.
I don't know. I think I've done all three.
I think. Wink, smile, come on over and strike up a conversation.
It really depends.
Okay, well, we're going to go with the most aggressive one.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you're just like that.
That's true.
When you're trying to look cute while talking with your guy, you give him a playful jab with a laugh. You don't do cute. You rather just make deep eye contact with a sensual brush on the shoulder or two or three or four instead.
Okay.
Or twirl a lock of your hair. Flawless hair.
We'll just go with that one.
All right. What bra is your spirit animal?
Bra? What'd you say?
Yeah.
The bra?
Yeah.
Not one.
Okay. I don't think that's a plain white bra.
That's not a good answer. What are the answers?
A pastel baby doll set, a black lace elaborate borderline BDSM piece. The more complicated, the more fun.
Oh. Complicated it's not, but black, I'd go with black more than likely.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
What celeb knows your soul? J. Law, Taylor Swift, or Scar Joe? I don't know who that is.
I don't know any of them, and definitely not Taylor Swift.
I'd say Scarface or Tupac.
Work. Tupac! She got it. She got it. That's true.
Okay.
That's so true.
What's your dream date? On a candlelit dinner you cook together, then a romantic stroll night spent under the stars. Dream dates are overrated. Watching the game together works just fine. Or, what happened?
Oh no.
What the heck?
It went away?
Yeah.
Oh,
here it is. Oh. Forget the date. What happens in the bedroom is what really makes the night unforgettable.
There you go. It's true.
That's that one.
She always puts me on the hot seat, man.
Forget the small talk.
I mean, no.
Let's get down to
I don't
business.
mean that, but okay.
Okay. Real question.
Uh-huh.
If you have your kids there, hold their ears. This is a PG-13 show today.
She's totally putting me on them.
What's your favorite part of sex?
Really?
The pillow. Well, we don't have to get graphic. The pillow talk, foreplay, Or the actual multiple rounds?
I mean, who's gonna not go with the last one? I'm just wondering.
I really like pillow talk, and my husband's always like,
I mean, yeah, all of it, but
you do more of that when you first start dating. You know, hanging out in the bed, talking, having the conversations in there. Like, once you get married, it's like, okay, good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You're going to a party. What do you wear? A bodycon dress, duh, and a little under it. Skinny jeans and a silk blouse with heels, or a very cute sundress in flats.
Not the last. It depends, I guess, but no, I'd go with the middle one.
Okay. All right, we're almost done here. The last time it didn't work out with a guy, what happened honestly?
Well, that was last week's show, so you'll have to go rewatch that one. There's that.
Okay, you didn't have an emotional connection. Never got how you liked him because you were too shy. Saw you as one of the boys.
Oh, well, none of that.
Like, we'll go with the last guy you dated. Not the last guy you were with.
That doesn't even count. It wasn't really dating.
Oh, you were talking to him.
Oh, she loves to put me out there, doesn't she, y'all? Good Lord. What was it? What were the answers?
Did he see you as one of the boys?
No.
Never got much you liked out of him because you were too shy?
No.
He didn't have an emotional connection with you despite a lot of physical?
I don't know. I left that too, so... I don't know. I don't know.
He was a weirdo.
No, it wasn't that. It just didn't click.
Okay. Last one. Kids, hide your ears.
Right.
What's your sexual fantasy? Getting it on while his parents aren't looking during the next holiday bash?
No.
Acting out that kiss in the rain from the Notebook? Mile High Club?
Mile High Club.
You really can't fit in those bathrooms.
You really can't, so I would have to do the rain thing, honestly, because that can actually happen.
When it comes to... here it is. Bombshell sexy. You are an epitome of the textbook va-va-va-voom sexy, and you should be proud of it. You own physicality, are always forward with what you want, which is a huge turn on. Chanel Angelina Jolie, and embrace your confidence. Nothing scares you in the bedroom or in or out, and makes your life red hot. What do you think about that?
I mean, where's it at?
You are popular, I have to say.
Thanks. Not in that way, but I mean,
you got single and it was like opening up the floodgates.
Just stupid shit.
So let's talk about things that we can do to get our sexy back.
Okay. As in just single people, married people, everybody, huh?
Everybody. Because everybody has their own sex appeal. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have to just focus on you. And don't be afraid to try new things, I guess. I mean, get out of your element, get out of your box.
Yeah.
You know?
One of it says connect your mind and your body. So it suggests yoga.
Oh. Well, you should be great on that one then, Miss Yoga Queen.
Yeah.
She makes me do it, y'all.
It also suggests doing it in front of your mate.
Do that. Oh, I bet you have. I bet you totally have.
You don't pay attention.
He's like, she works out and she's hot. That's good.
At least he won't let me know. My daughter did tell me one time, hey, I saw Dad checking out your butt. I'm like, well, that's good.
I mean, that's good to know. You should do what everyone's doing on TikTok. You should get the workout pants from Amazon and record his reaction, because apparently it just makes your ass like just extra huge. I don't know.
What, they got padding in there?
I don't know. No.
Oh, is it the one with the line?
Yes, and that does do a difference.
I have a pair of those.
Do you? Oh, and
yeah. You can't wear those in public.
That's exactly what everyone on the TikTok
said. They're so obnoxious, and they're very thin.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think they do that on purpose.
Are they thinner than my leggings? Because
you can kind of see through them.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, you don't wear those in public. Sink into suds. Take a bath together, or just take a bath by yourself. So light some candles.
Yeah.
Getting you all in the mood. Slip into something revealing. Even if you're the only one home and still haven't showered yet, slip yourself into something that makes you feel sexy. Lingerie if you have it, or soft shorts in a camisole, or your husband's work shirt. Whatever makes you love what you're seeing in the mirror is worth putting on.
Yeah. Walk around naked.
When the kids aren't home.
Well, duh. That's what I mean. When the kids aren't home.
Cook with your man.
Oh, cooking's fun.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's not fun because I don't like to cook, but it's
Yeah,
better than.
you don't like to
I
cook
hate
at
to
all.
cook. I can cook. Let me go ahead and put that out there because everyone says that since I say I hate to cook, I can't. No, I can. And if I cook for you, you're lucky.
Yeah, you got to do stuff together. My husband and I cook together all the time. He loves to grill. Thank you, Jesus.
I know. No, that's awesome.
Pamper yourself, and this was one that you had said.
Yep.
If you really haven't been feeling like your normal self, it could be from stress. Remember to constantly check in with your body and understand what it needs. A day at the spa or a new manicure. Okay, so I need to show my husband this.
Yeah.
Because I love my days at the spa.
Yep.
Yeah, and he gets aggravated because he thinks I go too much.
Really? How often do you go? Oh, come on, tell it. My
I don't
whole
think
life
I
is
should
out
say
there
that
now.
out loud.
Really?
I don't tell him every time.
He's fishing.
He's not gonna watch the show.
He really is fishing.
At least once a month.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
No, we're good. You're good. That's good budget.
Girl, you got this.
You got this. It's okay. Maru would say yes.
Maru? She would approve of that budget?
She would approve of the budget.
Shout out to
Maru.
our financial advisor, Maru McMahon. Okay, go somewhere you've never been. Even better, go with your man. Yeah, there's something about a new environment, the vacations, you know. Read old love letters or text messages. Oh, so cool. Like hold on to them.
That's cool. Keep your cards. Like keep your Valentine's Day cards, birthday cards, and if they don't give you one, get a new man. Just saying, you need to get things like that. I mean,
you can't forget Valentine's Day
ever.
I mean,
no.
There's hearts everywhere. All before it
Have
starts.
you walked into every store? Christmas was over here, and it was all balloons and red hearts over here.
Yeah, you always have to make your others feel special.
That's extra stuff too, like the cards, and it's not always about like flowers, balloons, all that stuff. Like if you can go back and read a card that somebody gave you,
that's sentimental.
It's sentimental. It's different.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Okay, I love this one. Exercise.
It's hers. That one's hers. But I will say that does help. When you're trying, I mean, exercise definitely that you would agree with me. Yes, it does.
Yes, and then it helps your physique, and it's good for your heart. There's all kinds of stuff that
she's going to talk about everything it's good for. I'm going to talk about everything. Never mind.
She's like, give me the double bacon cheeseburger. Hold eye contact with your mate or whoever you're dating, whatever. It increases the production of oxytocin, which is called the love hormone. Be unwavering with your gaze and aware of just how seductive a look can be.
Interesting.
If I just started that now after we've been married for so long, you'd be like, what's the problem?
Are you okay?
Are you all right? Wear that perfume. You know, the one that drives him crazy and has him diving for your neck. Rub some sandalwood oil on your wrist or spritz of vanilla on your neck, and you'll feel like you're leaving sensual hints behind you everywhere.
That's probably true because, I mean, when you smell them, let's be real.
Yeah. I used to love Amoureige, but his sister wore it. So can't wear that one anymore. It's kind of weird.
I love his sisters.
I know. I love my sister-in-laws.
But you can't be smelling like his sister.
Yeah. He didn't like that very much. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have sex therapist Jen Reeves give us her 2 cents on what we're talking about. So you guys stay tuned.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio. Because truth still matters.
Welcome back to Edge Radio TV Network. I'm your host, Nicole Giddens. Got my co-host over here. Don't know what I'd do without her, Brooke White. And our sex therapist is now on the panel,
Yay.
Jen Reeves. And she said that she had something to say, but she wasn't going to say. Oh, nice. Ooh.
It's with us. Okay.
Oh,
of course.
Dang
me.
it, I thought I got to be put on the hot seat.
No, it's always me.
I mean, I'm sure it's been asked before, but we'll get there.
Great. I already probably know.
Okay, so we already went over what you can do to get your sexy back, and we found out what kind of sex appeal Brooke has, but I want to talk about how we can spice some things up in the bedroom. So what do you think? What's your take on that?
On spicing things up in the bedroom? I mean, it's going to start off sounding kind of lame, but
What do you want to do?
yes, I mean, tell me what you want. Like,
what do you want?
Just don't start singing the Spice
I
Girls
was
song to them
about to.
because it probably will not get the engine going unless they. Yes.
That's a TikTok later.
Oh, wait for it. TikToking later.
Yes. Yeah, that may not really get your partner going if you start singing. Tell me what you want.
No.
But
tell them what you don't want, right?
yeah,
Is that-
definitely talk
Like,
about
I
what
didn't
you
like
don't
that.
want.
That didn't
Although,
work.
yes, tell them what you don't want. What you're not willing to do is also a good conversation. But I do think tell me what you want is a more important conversation.
Yeah.
So starting off with how do you like it? Do you what's your favorite position? Fantasies. We talked on our show Sex on the Edge on Wednesday about fantasies a lot. So what are some fantasies that you have? What are some things that you want to try? And then even when you're talking about fantasies, what of your fantasies do you actually want to act out on? And then which ones are like, this is just going to stay a fantasy, but we can talk about it and get our engines revving and then go do things. And I mean, toys. I'm a big fan of bringing toys into the bedroom.
Can't get enough batteries.
Yes. So pull those in. But but it starts with what are you willing to do? What are you not willing to do? What do you want? What do you like?
Yeah.
When you have a couple that comes to you and they're having
Mm-hmm.
problems in that area in their relationship, is that the advice that you give them? Or?
Definitely. Most of the time when couples are having problems in the relationship, it actually does stem from the way that they communicate about it.
Right.
So they're either not communicating in a healthy way about it, or somebody is feeling sensitive, or to kind of throw a little bit of under the bus, or they've been raised very conservatively, or religiosity and spirituality have because because a lot of religions, and I'm not dissing religion. I think religion is great, but a lot of religions have this idea that don't have sex until you're married, but then once you're married, enjoy it.
Well, true.
And you're supposed to make this flip. So that's so they also are told, don't talk about it. Shh. So then they come to me and they're like, I don't know how to talk about it, or they don't know how to say something sexy. They don't know how to look at their partner and be like, damn, baby.
Right. Oh yeah,
your butt looks good in them jeans. Want to take them off?
You want me to take them off?
Yeah. But I'd rather watch you take them off. Do a little twirl. Anyhow, maybe that's my fantasy.
I mean,
I don't know.
It involves taking something off.
I mean, I almost want to ask what's the weirdest situation, but then you have to give full disclosure. You can't break your confidentiality. Can you name them different names?
Well, so yeah, I won't give names
Sam
at all.
Sarah.
And I will be honest in saying I don't know that I have very many clients that are just this is the only client that's come in with this thing.
Kind of the same. Huh?
I don't know. People ask me this question. This is the most common question I get from other people. What's the weirdest thing that's ever come through your door? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think is weird? Because I don't think any of that stuff is weird.
True.
I'm very sex positive. Right. So to me, I'm like, that sounds cool. I mean, it's not for me, but I'm glad you like it. And let's talk about that, But so fetishes, I see fetishes, people coming in that are struggling with cross-dressing, and it's more what I do with that is actually help them accept themselves. I don't get them to stop cross-dressing. I help them accept that they enjoy it. It's a sexual thing for them, and if they're and hopefully we can get their partner to kind of accept that as well. So yeah, I don't know.
So you have couples that the guy, the cross-dresser, they stay together?
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing. Wow.
I mean,
yeah.
I am not. If I walk in and you're wearing all my lingerie, I'm be like,
oh, watch your mouth.
Sorry, live. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, my husband wouldn't fit. That would just be hilarious. His hand is bigger than my head. He'd rip it. I'd be mad. I'm like, you're ruining my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's interesting. You would think that if they get to that point, they might be just trying to go on the other side, but I guess
no, because there's a difference between being transgendered and being a cross-dresser and getting the sexual gratification out of it. So when we are younger, adolescents, sometimes even a little bit younger than that, we start to form our erotic map, is what we call them. So these are the things that turn us on. And so often, what turns us on when we're younger turns us on when we're older. So for men that are into cross-dressing, that often can start out as I saw a pair of my big sister's panties and I put them on and they were silky and they felt good. And it wasn't like he was attracted to sister. He likes how the underwear felt on him. But again, it's not like he's going and saying, I'm a girl now because I like girl panties. It's these feel sexy. Yeah. There are also specialty websites that specifically sell women's style underwear for men, but they have a little gusset for the penis and balls just to make a little bit more room, because women's underwear can be very constricting for that genitalia.
Tell me about
it. Well, they're very constricting for our genitalia too. We don't have anything that sticks out that far.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. There's a couple
tools. There's all kinds of stuff online.
You can buy bras made for men as well, so that they're a little bit smaller in the cup but larger in here, but they have a little bit more room for that broader chest and whatnot. And,
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Very.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But it's not related to I want to be a girl. It's I like this. underwear makes me feel sexy. It's the same reason women wear sexy underwear. We don't wear it for men most often. We wear it for ourselves because we feel sexy in it.
That's true.
Now, every once in a while, we might put on something
maybe they
that's
can
like,
make some
I'm not a man.
masculine lingerie, though, you know?
Huh?
They do have that too. I mean, have you never seen the elephant with the penis?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that's classic. It's a classic one. Or a fireman hose.
That's not sexy.
No, it's not. It's funny, but to me, but some women find it
Neither are
sexy.
penises. I don't think they're weird looking.
Yeah,
I love my husbands, but I don't want to stare at a bunch of them.
Yeah,
I don't have one, and I don't want to stare at a bunch of them.
No.
What are you talking about?
I agree. Like let's
I
be
didn't know
honest,
that.
the reproductive genitalia. I'm sorry, neither one is beautiful. Like the vagina is not pretty. Breasts are pretty. Like
That's true.
if anything's pretty,
That's about it.
breasts are pretty.
That's about it.
But the penis and the vagina, they're not very pretty parts of the anatomy.
They're made for reproduction. That's it.
Well, they're made for
Yeah,
pleasure
that's it.
too. Pleasure
Thank
as
you.
well.
Yeah, that's what I was
Not
gonna
just
say.
reproduction.
I didn't go to there. I wouldn't with
Yeah.
you.
The only purpose the clitoris serves is
that's
to
what
help
they
you
had
get an
in mind.
orgasm.
When God
That is
said,
it.
ba-bam, ba-bam,
I already reproduced. I'm good.
There is only one purpose for the clitoris. It serves no purpose for reproduction. Its only purpose is to help you get pleasure.
Oh, well, that's true. Because
That's
women don't
very
even have to
true.
have an orgasm to make a baby.
Correct.
So y'all are welcome.
Yeah.
Because most of the time.
True that.
Yeah.
No, true that. Yeah. I agree. I didn't think that we were gonna go that direction with the whole cross dressing thing.
I don't know that.
But,
where did that come from?
It's like-
Bringing sexy back.
Again, bringing sexy back, and then we talk about cross dressing. But anyway, we are gonna take a break, and when we come back, if she'll still come on this panel, we're gonna have real estate expert Megan Tompkins. So you guys stay tuned.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Welcome back to Women's Empowerment. We were just getting some giggles here with Megan's comment. She was in our studio audience and she heard our sex talk here with Jen Reeves. But let's welcome to the show Megan Tompkins, real estate expert. So thank you so much for coming out here today.
Thank you.
We'd love to have you.
I'm excited to be
Yeah,
here.
and real estate is hot right now. I was looking up some statistics, and it's been up 7.2% since 2018. There are almost 44 million rented properties going on and 75 million owner-occupied homes. And they're saying millennials now, instead of investing in the stock market, they're buying real estate instead.
Yep.
So it's on fire.
It is.
You had a real estate agent question, though.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was it?
Obviously, it's sex related.
Oh,
So it's kind of a two-parter. How often, like, have y'all ever caught anybody having sex, like when you go to show a home, like is somebody in there?
And that's a good one.
Or have you like walked away and then walked in on like somebody that you were showing the home to, or something along those lines? Like, how often does sex happen in the show?
I'll let you start. I haven't in real estate, but in property management. I can see that. A lot. Well, so I can't say that I've had an experience personally of anything in that realm. But I can say that I've seen some interesting pictures on our local MLS. Yeah, specifically one that just was sent to me last night from an agent with a sex swing hanging from the ceiling in the primary bedroom picture. For sale on the MLS. Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay, and I got so many questions.
Strictly for exercise.
And it was almost like they put it up as a showpiece. Like, you knew the photographer was showing up today. Dang. I know.
Wow.
That is funny.
They just left it out. We have a hook on our ceiling, and one of the kids one day was like, "Mom, what's that for?" We bought the house. It was there.
It was like that. A hanging plant.
Yeah. But it's way up there.
Long rope.
So I've known Megan for a while. She's
great.
got a lot of information on real estate. And as a matter of fact, I entertained the thought of possibly getting my license, and she had given me some great advice. And let's begin there. So if someone's starting to think about maybe getting their license in this hot market right now, what's some advice that you would give them?
So I would say that if you're wanting to be a real estate agent in this market, you might have kind of lost that step. You might not have started quickly enough. It does take a little bit to get your license, and obviously the testing, but also it does take a little while. You are building a business. It's not just I'm going to walk out and have 1 million sales. Right. You're trying to develop your audience, your client list, your sphere of influence, and it takes a while before you're profitable. So have some expectations. You're starting a business. You're going to have some expenses, some initial outlay to prepare for. So I think the average rate of return when you start a business is roughly 2 years. Yes. I would say that, have some expectations about that. Not that you're not going to make any money, right? But your company per se, even as a sole proprietor, it'll take roughly that amount before you're profitable. So
you guys were talking about like what's going on with the market right now. It's a buyer's market, and how the homes are.
It's a seller's market.
It's a seller's market
because there's no houses.
Yes,
they're all being. I've lost 5 houses this week of being overbid, and my clients went over $15,000 to $20,000 each time.
Yeah, and so, I mean, with such low inventory, Houston is going to continue to experience that. You couple that with a 2.25% percent interest rate,
because that's what they're
you've got buyers coming out of the woodwork. And what that means is obviously that creates the seller's market, but you've got extreme competition for the houses, the good houses. You'll notice there are some houses that are sitting, and that's just because there's just a lot of problems that buyers can't undertake. From the ceiling. I don't know. I'll let you know how quickly that will sell.
Let me know
if that's a good marketing tool for you.
For the right couple, Jen.
We can leave it here.
Some couples in the house market.
Yes,
I know some couples who would buy it if it had a sex
although
dungeon.
that is it considered an attachment?
Is an attachment or can it be removed? Is it in the seller's disclosure?
Oh my gosh,
That's great.
Yeah,
That's just great.
So I'm with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, and one thing that I love that our agents have to offer their clients, we have a couple of tools. I don't know, I'm excited to kind of share them with you too.
Yes, bring it.
We have a tool called the Buyer Match.
Okay.
You know, off-market properties are becoming really important, and the marketing of those, so that your buyers have an opportunity to maybe have some exposure and opportunity to, you know, see what's available that they can't just find on MLS.
Right.
So the Buyer Match is kind of a database of prospects looking for homes, haven't found what they're looking for yet, and then listing agents putting in coming soon properties. Now this is not in the MLS. This isn't in har.com. This is just within our brokerage.
Right.
So it is a Berkshire Hathaway tool, and it's kind of advantage I'm excited that our agents have to give our clients, you know, our sellers and our buyers.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really neat how it works, and you're automatically notified when you get a match. Your agent will reach out to you and hopefully find the other agent and put you all together and see if it's a good fit. So that does give them, our clients, a little bit of a leg up.
Definitely.
We also have a program that we've partnered with knock.com, and they are a lender, and there's only 2 lenders in the Houston area. They're rolling the program out slowly, but we're one of the only brokerages that have access to this loan program where you can sell your home before you buy a home. And now you all might be, you know, familiar with what used to be considered old bridge loan.
Right, right.
This is actually conforming loan. And so for a lot of people and a lot of buyers, if they've got a contingent offer out on a property and you're dealing with 6 other multiple offers, you know, they're not going to accept a contingency.
No.
I mean, they're going to look for something that's ready to close as quickly as possible with as little hiccups along the road as possible. And so this allows those clients that would need to normally sell their home to have that money to purchase to put in a non-contingent offer.
That's awesome.
That makes a huge
big
difference.
Oh, wow.
And so it is something that, you know, we're one of the very few brokerages that have that exclusive opportunity for our clients. So I do love being a part of the Premier Property family for that, because these tools have become more and more vital to the success of our clients selling and buying. And so it's awesome just to have some proprietary opportunities for our clients.
I love that.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, because then you have the turnaround rate, and everyone can say, oh, yeah, they've got this program that we were able to get in and get out, and didn't have to see a bunch of showings.
And it's still a conforming loan. It's still on Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, you know, all of that. So you don't have balloon payments or any of those non-market, you know, investor finance problems. Exactly.
Penalties,
Yep.
Like that.
Exactly.
Nice.
I know. That's awesome.
It is an exciting tool. So.
And so, where are your locations?
So I'm a manager, and I manage the Woodlands branch, and I also manage the Kingwood branch, which just recently opened. So
nice. Yeah. And you have a passion for Kingwood. Nothing against the Woodlands. The Woodlands is great. I live in the Woodlands.
We love the Woodlands.
But the renovations that had to take place out in Kingwood from the flooding and everything, and they really brought that ambiance back to that area.
Way better.
Yes. So our new location is in Kings Harbor, and I love that development. It's a lifestyle development. It's on the lake. And just to speak to the Atascocita, Kingwood, Humble communities,
I know where it is.
They've struggled through, and I mean, I say struggle, but just with the flooding that their areas have experienced, to see them pull together and come together and support each other as community members has been really awesome. And being a part of the Kings Harbor development, I see that with my other tenants that are there with me. There's some restaurants, there's some other stores, and we support each other in different events and community events. And it's just been really neat to be a part of that group, and I'm really enjoying it. I love that my agents have that chance to get involved with the community members through the different events that happen there. And
well, they're rebuilding the city too. And
we still have our flood line marked on our location,
too.
And it's about at a 5.5-foot flood line in our office space. Just to remember, because that's a part of the community's history. I think that's important.
It was all underwater over there. All of it.
It's so nice to hear people that go through devastation come together as a community, and just that brotherhood and sisterhood that you can immense, because this world is full of hostility.
Oh, definitely.
So
you see all kinds. See some hostile buyers, some hostile sellers,
hostile realtors.
Realtors. Yeah.
What's the worst one you've ever had?
Well, tell me. Buyer, seller, or client.
Just the one you would just like. You'll never forget that. You know what? And what they did.
When I was not managing and I was still a practicing realtor, I had a client that actually was hostile with me because my pictures made his house look too good. and we got an offer, and he felt that I was misrepresenting his house.
What?
Oh my god!
And that's my job.
Yeah,
My job is to make your home look
amazing,
beautiful,
like better than it
get
looks.
people in the door. And I was. I mean, I think it was one of those.
Sorry.
I know.
I feel her.
I think it was one of those times where I was like, I don't know what to say at this point in time. I just and so it got a little contentious because I really did not know how to handle that situation.
Well, no one would
and
expect
I
that.
ultimately just said, you know what, I think it would be best if you maybe found another real estate agent.
Yeah,
and I think
fire
I backed
clients
away from that
sometimes.
situation.
Yes,
but
that's smart because I had to do that.
I do have the funniest feedback I've ever gotten on a property, and I remember screenshotting the feedback that came through my email, and I share it every time it comes up in my memories on Facebook. I had a house. I was a listing agent, and the feedback came back that this agent said that her clients were concerned because it was an estate sale, that there was a death on the property, which there wasn't, and it was because they were hypersensitive to ghosts.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh well, but just because there's an estate sale doesn't mean somebody died there. Let me make that very clear. They're just selling their stuff.
They did not want to buy the property because they were afraid of ghosts.
What?
I grew up with a ghost in my house. They're not that bad.
I rented a house
Oh my
they
God.
died. It's not. It's really not though. I rented a house and they told me, they're like, hey, he died in here. Like he was here for 2 weeks and no one knew. And I was like, it's cool. It's rent. That's cheap. And it was nice. So I didn't care. And I walked in and I was like, hey, peace.
So it was a friendly ghost.
It was friendly.
It was a friendly
I kept
ghost.
his Jack Daniels stuff up in the garage. His shot glass was in the dishwasher. We put it in the cabinet. It was all good for 2 years. Never had a problem.
Oh my God.
Jesus loves me.
That's amazing.
Hire Victoria to come cleanse the house.
I'm out of
or
that
medium.
one. That's been a
Some
long
sage.
time. I was young. I didn't care.
I've saged my house.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've saged my house a few
I've
times.
never
The thing is
done
it kind
that.
of also smells like marijuana.
I know.
This is when I was buying Giddens. We got her a keyboard. She wanted to take piano lessons, so I had this lady come to the house, and I had just saged the house before she got there. And I bet you she was like, "Okay, lady."
Oh, it's just sage.
Smoking
It's just
it up over
sage.
here.
It's okay. It's just
That's
Has
when you
that
want to
ever
burn it in
happened?
front
You
of
go
them
to-
just to prove it.
You go to show the house, and you got like Cheech and Chong living there or anything.
I haven't had that happen in houses, but in property management all day, every day.
I can
yeah.
absolutely
All
see
day,
that.
every day.
I'm sure our property manager Kim would have some stories. as
Girl, I
well.
do. Oh, I do. When you walk in to go to, yeah, I do.
I never got into property management. I'm kind of thankful.
Oh
for
no,
that.
I'm thankful that I did it because I mean, it's a different world. It takes
Right.
years off of your life. I appreciate my job so much more now.
But it also made you, you were able to start quite quickly.
Oh, my business
being that was your
very,
background
very,
when you became an
yeah,
agent.
I've done way more transactions.
I told her, I said,
in my
people
first
usually have to
year.
wait a year doing what you're doing right
No,
now.
and I've literally
Yes.
done.
Yeah.
I don't even want to brag about it because it's
But
too good.
Jesus does love you.
Yes, he does. And it's been amazing. But my background, I mean, I opened a brand new luxury apartment, right before, for 2.5 years I was there. So I know all those people in the area that I'm in, where we're at. And just other properties.
She keeps running into him at the store.
Everywhere.
Oh, will you find me a house? Like,
Oh no, it
That's
did
a
happen.
great-
It
that's
did
a great
happen.
segue.
I walked into a gas station and I ran into an old coworker. I hadn't seen her in 7 years, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm a realtor now." She goes, "You want to sell my mom's house?" I was like, "Absolutely." 1 week,
Yes.
1 week on the market, cash offer.
There you go.
I was like, "Done."
There you go.
No problem, girl.
I
Where's
mean,
the rest of the
I
coworkers?
tell my agents to wear their name tags
Yes.
because
Yeah.
and be
Which is
prepared
true.
and be prepared to answer the question. What's the market like?
Yeah, you gotta know it all.
will get asked that question
Yes.
every single time somebody sees you with
Yes.
the name tag on.
Yes.
No, that's
Period.
you treat every opportunity
Yeah.
like a networking opportunity.
Well, you do.
Always, everywhere you go.
But property
walking
managers
billboard.
and new home construction sales. Those are
Yes.
great segues into the
They
real
are.
estate market.
Well,
because-
I have to say though, if you're a nice property manager, because don't try to get into real estate if you're not. I'm just gonna throw that out there. No. I was with my residents yesterday.
Yeah, you were. He was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Burgers in Bordeaux.
Go Charlie,
We
go.
had a good time.
Yeah, we did.
that is a great restaurant.
It
told
is a
you,
great
yes. I own
restaurant.
the property behind it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great restaurant.
So if you were going to give advice to anybody that wants to invest in real estate right now or sell their home, what would you say?
Well, first I would say Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties.
We're all City Brooke over here. No,
shameless plug.
No, we're gonna
no, I would say that you might have multiple offers on your property, but you do need to be mindful of appraisals that are going to follow that. So the value of your home is not just driven by demand in the market, but also the recorded sales in your area. So don't get too big of stars in your eyes just because you have 17 offers in a day.
It's true.
There is some reality that it's still.
It has to praise for what you offer.
Yeah,
you just
definitely
beat everybody, but 9 times out of 10, they're about to go back down in price too.
Yeah.
You know what? I had this agent tell me one time. I'm gonna throw her under the bus, but I'm not gonna say what her name is. She said that what she does is she has a ghost account, so she'll
about ghosts again.
Oh, ghosts.
She'll know what the lowest bottom line is, right? And then if they make the offer and it's over, she'll only give the seller the lowest bottom line amount, and the differentiation of price she puts in a separate account. I thought that was really unethical.
It's all unethical.
There's so many. My eyes are so wide.
And she's like,
right
man,
now.
I'm telling you, it's the real estate's best secret.
Say, no.
And I'm like, did she just say that out loud?
I know from my experience why I became a realtor is because I dealt with bad ones. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, we've all. There's a lot. I'm thankful that there's
good ones.
Cyclical times where people come in as real estate agents and they get weeded out.
Yes, they do.
Because it is a professional industry and people figure out pretty quickly they're not going to last.
We figured that out. Like if you're shady or you're just, we know if you didn't accept our offer, and we know a lot of things, don't we?
Yeah.
We know who you might know the buyer, and you might have brought the buyer, and you're the listing agent at the same time. We know those things.
All offers have to be presented.
Sell my mother's home.
All offers have to be presented.
She said she's only going to show her, so many times, and then she's got to make a decision. She's like, I'm going to take you out 3 different times.
3?
And then, you got to make a decision by then. And then told her how lucky she is that she's riding in her car with her because she doesn't let clients ride in her Mercedes. Benz.
Oh, I know realtors that show 50 houses before we.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. I was surprised when I walked into a house the other day. It was the first time showing my buyer this house, and they put an offer, and I was like, don't get too happy. Like this isn't. And then the inspection failed, and we backed out. Things like we're still looking.
I wanted to move my mom by us, and she told she couldn't find a house that she liked by us, so she told her they just want a babysitter near them that they can drop the kids off with all the time to convince her that it's not necessary to be a certain mile radius from our home. That's what she told her.
I'm so confused. Wow. I want to know her name. I want to know her name off air
after the show. She was a very interesting person.
Interesting.
Wow.
And I'm new to the real estate and property management a long time, but how long have you been in it?
So I started 16 years ago.
Okay, yeah, you've seen way more than me.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot in it, and I'm like,
it's a transactional industry. The more deals you have, the more you learn.
And this is true.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a good 16 years. I've really enjoyed it. I've been a broker for 9, and an agent first, then broker.
Of course, yes.
In this colorful world with all these different personalities, you become very multifaceted when it comes to being social and communication. I'm sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's all types of walks of life on this earth.
No joke.
Yes. So you have to be a chameleon of sorts sometimes and read other people, and that's a part of sales in general.
It is.
It's an important skill to be successful. You really need to help mirror other personalities and understand what's going to work with them.
It's a therapy tool as well.
Yeah.
I can see that. That makes sense.
You have to meet them. It's called meet the clients where they're at and use their language.
Do you sit like them?
No, I sit like a hippie.
I
take my shoes off. But I tell you, because when I do this, when I take my shoes off and I sit in my chair, I have 90+% of my clients go, can I take my shoes off too?
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, and they then go, you can immediately see, because they're initially a lot of clients will come in and they're very much rigid, and then when I sit down and I sink into my chair,
you relax.
They just go, oh, okay, that's what this is.
It's not as let's cut the tension.
Yeah. So I kind of help them mirror me, but then I also mirror them and their language, and so I'm a big cusser. I dropped.
My agents will know this.
I dropped bombs left
We're
and
all
Don't
right.
put me on speakerphone.
Wait, don't put me on
Yeah.
speakerphone, FaceTime.
Yeah,
don't
no.
do it.
No, but
Don't put
I-
the kids next to your phone because I'm loud.
But I will try
like to
not to
express
cuss unless
myself.
I hear my clients cuss first. So if my clients
Okay,
cuss,
that's true.
so they'll like, and then they'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, oh, you can say all the words I can't say right now on air, but you know,
All
the
of
S
them.
word.
My
You know,
favorite word,
P-word,
my other favorite
C-word,
F word,
F
other
word,
Friday.
It's an adjective, it's a verb, it's a noun,
Oh,
it's everything.
That one is.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't there some Facebook really technical study that the more you cuss, the smarter you
Yep.
are?
Yeah,
Isn't that-
yeah.
I abide by that.
I do. I'm a
firmly
genius.
believe that.
I'm a
Apparently.
genius. I cuss more than you.
I don't know about that. I mean, it's not competition.
It
but-
is literally, it's just like a part of my vocabulary now. Like
Yeah.
I can cut it off though, like professionalism.
Right.
Like, I never did when I was a property manager in public.
Well, yeah.
In my head though.
Sometimes you have to have those words come out in your head dealing with people.
Well, it's
in
more
general.
like WTF a lot.
Mhm.
But the whole, all the words out loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if someone was going to invest,
Ooh.
what would your advice be? Like
my
invest
favorite
in
part.
real estate, like properties, you know, is there certain areas where land is good right now, or
I mean,
where
there's
you can see
tons
it
of
skyrocketing?
different investment
Mhm.
opportunities. What I did the most of was sell rental
Yeah.
investments, and so I still have a clientele of investments that I've sold them. And I know that one common misconception is that you're going to immediately have a profitable rental when you first purchase. You need to understand that your profits are going to be coming to you in the form of the fact that they're paying your mortgage, and that your property is going to appreciate in value,
Mhm.
and that your rents are going to go up over time. So it's a long-term investment.
Yes.
And if it's even a few $100s in the black monthly after you purchase, that's a win-win.
It is.
Oh yeah.
They're paying your property taxes. They're paying,
Everything.
Mhm.
so just understand that if that's something you want to get into, it's a long term. It's not going to make money
Yeah.
immediately every month. Yes, you will have those one-off chances that you do
Mhm.
find that underpriced property that doesn't need a ton of money
Right.
to get it to leasing standards, but for the most part, it's going to be a long-term investment that you will start off with maybe slightly in
Yeah.
the red monthly, but in the long run, it'll be profitable for
Yeah.
you. So
And I'll add to that just because I've done it. If you buy a house and you live in it for 2 years, then you can legally rent it and you skip all of the investment interest. Pretty much, it's not an investment property after that. Well, it is after, but then
yes, so
you can legally rent it out after 2 years without.
yes,
putting it
you'll
around.
have to move
Mhm.
your homestead
Yep.
and all of that. And if it is a FHA loan,
Mhm.
that could potentially be a problem. So there's always nuances
There's
to
a lot
everything.
that you can do.
Yeah, there's nuances, but
So and everything always moves north. I notice, like it's like
Yes.
the area is good, and then it just turns to crap. Like there's parts of Atascocita, that's where I'm from, and Walden on Lake Houston is like, oh god, what happened to that neighborhood? It's so sad. It was such a beautiful neighborhood at
It
one
was.
time, you
It's
know.
still pretty. I mean, but they just built all that stuff down Lake Houston, so it took
Mhm.
it's higher value now. Pretty
Yeah, I
much.
don't know why
It
they
is.
won't do something, a little bit something with that place.
I mean, I think that every area goes through a revitalization. If you see, I mean, let's just drop the Heights in there.
Yeah, the Heights.
I
that's
mean,
true.
look at those land prices now.
Yeah.
I've even seen in Grogan's Mill in the Woodlands that
Yeah.
there's tons of properties that were golf course front that were maybe built in 1976. And my in-laws' house, as a matter of fact, when they sold it before they moved 2 moves ago, it was knocked down to dirt, and they rebuilt, another property just completely.
Wow.
So areas will go through revitalization, but yeah, it does move north.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
It
Heights
does move
cracks
north.
me up.
It
It's
is
like
moving.
a third world
Mhm.
country. 'Cause
Yeah.
you'll have like a
You got
really
everything.
fancy, townhouse, and then like
The
this,
shack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right next to it.
Well,
So-
flooded
It's
your
not a
entire-
master plan community.
Yeah.
You've got different zoning laws
do.
going on,
You
and
do.
honestly, I think it adds to some of the not quirkiness, but some of the culture
It
of
is.
that
It's the
area.
culture.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the zoning laws are like you can have a gas station next to the house in some areas. I mean, that's like you said. So
Yeah.
kinda
We're
hard to
not
different.
all in the April Sounds,
No, we're not in April
or
Sound.
the
We're
wood
Gates.
forests
Yeah,
or the
Wood
woodlands.
Forest is a big one.
The master
love
plan
April Sound.
communities.
Oh, April Sound's got the character of like, yeah. They do.
I lived in Aprilstown for a
Did
few
you?
years in high school.
I lived down.
Way back when there was not a single fast food restaurant
Nothing
on 105.
and it wasn't 4 lanes.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
or 6. It's 6.
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it 6?
Conroe,
It was
Montgomery. Is it true Conroe is the fastest growing city in
Yes,
the nation right
absolutely.
In the state for sure.
In the state.
now? In the state?
I think
Wow.
14th.
It's huge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't quote me to those
But
statistics,
no, Conroe
please.
is because Conroe is oh my God, it's huge. You have the Woodlands, you have Woodland schools, Conroe, I mean, you have all of the good parts of it. It's all around one side of
I'd love to see
45 and on that
Huntsville
side. Now Huntsville's blowing up because I'm looking right now for a buyer in Huntsville, and they have a lot up there.
Yeah, I know that. Just to speak to kind of the moving north thing, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was trying to talk to one of my clients. Okay, look, if you're looking to purchase some land for future residential development, you need to be looking in Willis.
It's true.
And that was at the same point in time that I think the developer, Johnson Development, had just purchased that piece of property where they were going to do the master plan community up there, and now that's booming and everything around it is taking off. And when that happens, you know, your demographics start to change around an area because you've got all tons of variety of people moving in and new homes being developed and it's and it's great. So so it'll get to Huntsville.
It will.
You know, if 5 years ago, if this person had listened to me telling him to buy in Willis,
he would have
listen to Huntsville now. That's just 30
I want to
minutes
buy
north.
land out there.
My parents live in Texas Grand Ranch.
That increasing.
Well,
That'd be
I
a
bought
fantastic
land even
investment.
further north, so and I got a great deal.
Yeah, you got that for dirt cheap.
Yes, I did.
No, I know the ranchers. When we start when we start cutting into the ranchers' property further north we go, they're not going to like that.
No, they're not. But they're already
Yeah.
extended and doing. I have 2 listings up there, so I just sold one. But I've been going up to New Waverly and all of that area, and they have expanded all of 45. Like, I mean, the construction used to start back in Conroe, and now it's starting past New Waverly. Like so it's just so much out there.
Oh yeah,
they're literally going to have the city just is going to go all the way up.
Oh yeah, well, and then you got the train to Dallas that's going to be coming up, which I heard pissed off a lot of ranchers, right?
Well, it's
Where
going
there was some
to.
scrutiny on that.
I mean, just like it took 99 forever to get finalized. There's a ton of different landowners that have to come in, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been finalized yet.
I wouldn't.
I'm not sure. That's one of those things I kind of put out of my mind.
I know.
Right now. I'm like,
they have a lot of work to do.
I got a
to
good
get it
friend that
done.
lives in Dallas, so I'm ready for it. Get it done.
I do hate that drive. I hate that drive.
I mean,
It
I
is
take the train.
concrete jungle all the way to Dallas.
is.
It's really boring. I'd much rather drive out to San
I don't
Antonio.
go to
That's
Dallas.
true.
Oh yeah.
I would totally drive to
Mhm.
San Antonio before Dallas.
sure.
Yeah, I'm not a Dallas fan, so I
Isn't
won't go
that
there.
true of most
friend lives in
Houstonians?
Yeah.
I lived in
Very
San Antonio. No,
F
it's
the
true.
Cowboys, F Dallas, like
It's
no.
true.
You sound
No.
smart. You sound smart.
Yeah, I sound way
She's
smarter when
smart.
I actually get to say the real word.
She's smart.
Gosh, that's so
I love
funny.
it.
I
was
love
born in
Dallas.
San
I love you,
Antonio,
Jennifer,
so.
that lives in Dallas. Don't listen to her. Well, we are done for the day. We're going to have to close it up. But before we do, Jen and Megan, I want you to let our audience know how they can get in touch with you, where they can find you, so your handles on your social media, stuff like that. You go first.
Okay.
I'm looking at you.
All right, awesome. I'm Megan Tompkins. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, and my handle on I'm not big on Instagram. Does that
So
have to
just
be
give
do
your
Facebook.
email.
Oh, okay. So
Email?
my email is megan@preproperties.com or on Facebook, Megan Tompkins Realtor.
All right. And Jen, how about you?
Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna drop a lot. Jennifer Reeves for work. And to actually see me in session is Jennifer at HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com. You can go to www.HoustonRelationshipTherapy.com. My personal and professional handle on Instagram is Jen Reeves, JenReeves, sex therapist. But then we also do a show here on Edge
out
called
Edge.
Sex on the Edge with Jen
Yeah.
and Hen on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, where we do actually get to cuss every once in a while.
Oh, can I be a guest? Can I be a guest?
It's
Yes.
that time of that. Yeah.
It's
We're going to cross-pollinate around here.
PG-13.
Really? It's going for the R.
It might be, I don't know, it might be R, but 7 o'clock, we gotta toe that line just a little bit because some kids are still up. But Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen, 7 o'clock. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook as Sex on the Edge. And
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's it. Stick a fork in us. We are done. So stay
Done.
tuned next week, Friday at noon.
Bye, guys.